cop saying you have to leave, and I leave my car right there.
People in LA fleeing their homes tonight and abandoning their cars as a wind-driven wildfire quickly spreads. We'll have the latest. Plus,
the family's absolutely devastated by the death of their son and father.
that's the attorney representing a local family planning to file a wrongful death lawsuit in a deadly police shooting at a Spokane Walmart in 2023. Details on the tort claim new tonight.
A change in the weather pattern offers a little bit of a wintry mix overnight before we dry back out tomorrow.
KREM 2 News 10 at 10 begins now with Mark Henrahan and Jeremy Legoo.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started tonight. We begin with some breaking news with a rapidly exploding wildfire in LA County at this hour. Dramatic new video shows just how fast the fire is tearing through the Pacific Palisades neighborhood in West LA. Violent 80-mile-an-hour winds are fanning the flames, with the fire spreading to nearly 3,000 acres at this hour. Right now, more than 30,000 people have been forced to evacuate, with more than 10,000 homes threatened by the fire. Local roads were jammed with people trying to evacuate, with many being forced to abandon their cars and run to safety.
There's a lot of fire right there. That's why the people coming.
I mean, I've never seen anything. Fires were this close to the cars. People left their cars on Palisades Drive, burning up the hillside.
And take a look at this. This video is from Hermosa Beach, almost 20 miles from the fire, as smoke can be seen billowing over LA. California Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency for the fire, as winds are reaching full strength now through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. The fire has been so intense it delayed President Joe Biden's departure from LAX this afternoon. We are told that he is staying in LA tonight. Well, these are sights all too familiar to the inland Northwest, and while you may not be thinking about wildfire season right now, Washington DNR is. Today, local wildland firefighting crews spent their days trying to reduce wildfire risks later this year. Today's crews worked at a 55 and older community where there's only one way in and out.
We're targeting the arborvitaes and the juniper bushes. From a wildfire standpoint, they're a concern. We actually call them little green gas cans because they burn so hot. They look green and lush, but if you look in the inside, they're dry.
Worried you live in an area with elevated fire risks? Well, you can get a free fire assessment from DNR. You can find that linked on our website. Just head to KREM.com. Tonight, the family of a man who Spokane police shot and killed in 2023 at a Walmart says they intend to sue the city for $50 million. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy read through the tort claim filed just today.
Tonight, the city of Spokane is on notice. The family of Carrie Jones Hilberg, who died in a police shooting at this Walmart in 2023, plan to sue the city in a wrongful death lawsuit. Court records say on December 3rd, 2 on-duty Spokane police officers say they saw a man shoplift from the North Spokane Walmart. The officers approached Carrie Jones Hilberg. When they attempted to arrest him for shoplifting, they say he violently resisted. During this confrontation, court records say the officers saw an outline of a dark-colored firearm on Joan Hilberg's shoulder holster. That's when Officer Carl Richardson yelled, "He's got a gun." The suspect yelled back, "No, I don't." Court documents say the suspect allegedly reached towards his chest. That's when Officer Richardson shot the suspect once and killed him. In October of last year, the Spokane County prosecutor determined the shooting to be justified, meaning no criminal charges were filed against Officer Richardson. We confirmed with SPD he's still with the department. The Jones-Hilberg family wants to sue the city in response.
So juries have enormous power to right wrongs and injustice in the world, and that's what we're seeking.
Attorney Rondi Thorpe is representing the Jones-Hilberg family.
Well, the family's absolutely devastated by the death of their son and father. It's been a huge blow to them.
The tort claim filed on Tuesday with the Spokane City Clerk is a legal claim seeking money. The family is seeking $50 million in damages, but if the case goes to trial, that amount will be decided in court. Thorpe says if the issue isn't resolved in 60 days, they can go to trial.
Sometimes you can seek punitive damages to get police or governments to change their behavior, and sometimes the only thing that makes the police change their behavior are large jury verdicts.
A change Thorpe says the family is fighting for while grieving. We reached out to the Spokane Police Department regarding this claim. They say they can't comment on pending legal actions. In North Spokane, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, taking a break from the headlines. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagu on what might be a slick morning commute for some drivers. Jeremy, what can folks expect when they wake up tomorrow morning?
Mark, right now it is all about temperatures, and temperatures are going to play a huge role tonight and early tomorrow. We sit at 32 degrees. 32 degrees is cold enough to get freezing. We are at 32 in Spokane, 32 in Coeur d'Alene and Deer Park, 33 in Ritzville, down below freezing in Pullman and Moscow and Sandpoint as well. Those temperatures being slightly below freezing means that what we wind up seeing move through tonight will likely be a little bit of light snow, just a quick little dusting, if you will. That's better than freezing rain, and with those, I wouldn't call them stronger, but southwesterly winds, we're going to warm parts of the atmosphere. So some people will see a little bit of a wintry mix. We will likely see a little light coating of snow that moves out before the sun comes up. And with lows down near or below freezing, what is also likely is that you'll have a couple of slick spots to start the day before those temperatures climb back above freezing by the afternoon.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the show. And now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. Meade school officials have hired a Seattle law firm to independently investigate the Meade High School football program. This is after KREM 2 exclusively broke this story last year of multiple football players claiming they were assaulted by fellow teammates with a massage gun. Several Meade families are now suing the district, saying school officials never properly investigated when it was first reported and then failed to protect students in the months afterward, downplaying the allegations. There are also claims the ongoing retaliation among teammates was racially motivated. The Seattle firm is being hired to look into district policy violations and whether any policy needs to be changed, and also to help determine if the district's initial response was adequate. The two men detained by law enforcement have been released following yesterday's deadly Spokane Valley shooting. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says that shooting happened yesterday at around 12:20 in the afternoon. Deputies say it was a heated confrontation that turned into a deadly shooting. When deputies got to the scene, they found one man with several gunshot wounds. He later died at the scene. One neighbor spoke to KREM 2 today about the incident.
I just heard about like 5 gunshots go off. Wasn't expecting it to be gunshots, but I looked and I looked out the window and I seen, like, you can kind of see like somebody laying on the ground.
Deputies say they found one handgun at the scene. Investigators later identified and detained 2 men at a home just blocks away from the scene. After speaking with them, they told investigators that he was acting in self-defense when he shot at the man who died. Officials later released the detained men without charges at this time. Pend Oreille fire officials working to determine if a person died before or after a fire that started yesterday morning. South Pend Oreille Fire and Rescue responded to an area off Highway 2 near Coyote Trail just before 10 a.m. They arrived at the house on fire with a report of a person inside. The body of one victim was found near the fire's origin. Right now, authorities are working to identify the victim as well as to find the cause of that fire. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. A Seattle police officer has been fired more than 2 years after he hit and killed a graduate student with his patrol car. Video shows Kevin Days driving 74 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone when he hit 23-year-old Janavi Kandula in a crosswalk. She died, triggering a wave of protests over her death. The Seattle interim police chief says the officer broke 4 department policies, including one requiring emergency lights to be on when responding to a call. Activists say they wanted criminal charges.
Office in the pouring rain, chanting for weeks. We don't get exactly what we want, but we get him fired. Like, we call that our victory.
The former officer was responding to a drug overdose call at the time. In an email to the department yesterday, the interim police chief wrote, quote, "I cannot accept the tragic consequences of his dangerous driving," unquote. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But don't go to bed yet. With one person already killed in an avalanche in southern Idaho, officials are urging caution before heading into the backcountry. And tonight, former President Jimmy Carter lying in state at the U.S. Capitol. A look at his life and legacy as thousands gather for his procession. We're back in 90 seconds.